Hey folks, Dave Lentz with ReasonandBalance.com. General Stanley McChrystal, who once was the head of U.S. forces in Afghanistan before he was fired by Obama, says that he's very concerned about the character of the American nation. I couldn't agree more. I've reposted on my website some research that I did last December on Trump's record and the record of his associates. I'm talking about criminal record, bankruptcy record, etc. It's posted on my website, and there's a blog post also. See the slides here. Believe it or not, I'm a lawyer, okay? And I will tell you this, that if I had a client that had Trump's record, I wouldn't even so much as put him on the witness stand. A major difference between his first administration and this administration is, at least in the first administration, he had some old war horses who were able to keep him at least within some semblance of reasonable bounds in connection with his role under the Constitution. Not so this time with Project 2025, which he basically defrauded the country and lied about what he knew about Project 2025, but that's another issue. He's hired a bunch of sycophants who are not the most qualified to be his department heads. That's so he can control them, and their livelihood depends on Trump. This is how we get these outrageous, simply outrageous positions like allying ourselves with Russia and basically accusing the Ukrainians of starting the war with Russia, which is absolutely a big fat lie. Even taking such an outrageous position is totally immoral. Trump has knowingly and willingly put us on the side of the bad guys. Trump doesn't even deserve to fricking sit in the same room with Zelensky, who's a very brave individual. But this is exactly what McChrystal's talking about. It's character, because he says that, like in battle and things like that, that character is of paramount importance. And perhaps even more importantly, Trump has insulted our NATO allies, making them question the United States' loyalty to the NATO alliance, which has been absolutely fundamental to maintaining world peace for the last 75 years. And very importantly, from preventing the Russians from taking over all of Europe. But these young whippersnappers that Trump has hired, none of whom were the most qualified for their jobs. If you take the Secretaries of Defense, State, Homeland Security, and our Director of National Intelligence, they were all between the ages of 9 and 19 when the Berlin Wall was destroyed at the end of 1989. These people are rookies and have no idea how important NATO is. They have no appreciation for what the consequences and the whole thing post-World War II world history is, and the importance of NATO. It just sickens me to know that people that are under like the age of 40 have had their political lives dominated by a lying creep like Trump. They don't know of anything else. The political discourse in this country has gone right into the toilet because of Trump. And part of that is because by 19 percentage points, people that don't have college degrees voted for Trump. Now, if you take Trump's margin of victory, you could make a very strong argument that people without college degrees elected Donald Trump. There's nothing wrong with not having a college degree. And I mean that sincerely, but one has to seriously question the wisdom of a guy like Trump making the decisions he's making, given those facts. And besides that, Trump is as we speak, is a convicted liar in connection with presidential campaigns. And the courts in Colorado, at least, believe and have held that he's an insurrectionist. Meanwhile, the Republican Party allows him to remain in office and to totally wreck our Constitution. Write your congressman today, impeach and remove Trump from office before he annihilates the Constitution and becomes a dictator. Check out our website to see the criminal and bankruptcy records and the court records of Trump and his political cronies. And all of this, of course, is not to even mention the fact that Trump is trying to threaten and intimidate colleges and universities, including those like Harvard, the really big guys. And now we've got professors at West Point resigning because they feel that Trump is trying to impose his agenda on them. General Mark Milley, former Joint Chiefs Chairman, said that according to some books, that Milley said that he thought that Trump was a fascist and he was taking his playbook from Hitler. We've been over and over this, but mind control, he fired the head librarian of Congress. Trump is trying to control information so that he can manipulate public opinion. This is exactly what dictators do. And make absolutely no mistake about it. Trump has his own handpicked guy in charge of all the things like the FBI. Now he's trying to seize control of the military on his side, and then the press, the educational system. This sounds like something that Stalin or Mao Zedong or Hitler would have come up with. We should be as alarmed as we possibly can be about this. This is not the American way of handling government and governing the United States.